What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel, check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to talk about Michael Jordan. And I know a lot of fans, like throughout the years, people have heard that motto or that slogan, like "Be like Mike." And I remember when Michael Jordan did that, he did that documentary, the Last Dance documentary, and they was talking about, and Michael Jordan said that people don't understand like the amount of pressure and the amount of stress that comes with being Michael Jordan, and so many different people pulling Mike in different directions and stuff like that. And as fans, we always people we admire Mike, right? Because of the way he played, and then like how Mike lived, like Mike is retiring. Every time you see Mike, you see him like getting off a boat or he's on vacation somewhere. And so that's all cool, right? But then, I've seen these interviews that Michael Jordan has been given with Mike Tirico. And to look at Mike and to look he just looks like he's stressed out, he looks tired and he looks worn out. And that made me think about when we as fans, when we wish that we could be like somebody or we admire them and stuff like that, we don't always take into consideration like what it's like to actually be that person. And that's what Michael Jordan tried. He alluded to that on his documentary, right? And a lot of things that maybe we wouldn't want to be like Mike. Maybe it's cool to be able to live vicariously through somebody like Mike, because when Michael Jordan first went to the NBA, he didn't drink or smoke. He was a clean cut guy who was all about basketball, all about, putting his all into the sport. And sometimes the sport brings things, you as an athlete, you love your sport. But other things like the business side of it, the fame side of it, brings different things to the table that you really wasn't probably prepared for, and things that really would rather not have to deal with. But that comes with being, Michael Jordan. Um, I don't think, in my opinion, I just don't think it's as easy, to be Michael Jordan, even in retirement, as a lot of people think. Everybody, a lot of people say, "Oh man, I wish I could live the life that Mike is living." But when you hear about some of the things that you think that he might have gone through, some of the things that you think that he might have experienced, you're like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's really worth it, you know. And I won't even I won't even try to point out some things that but just think about it. Like we don't always know the full story of what people going through. I know that playing in the NBA has changed him. Like I said, no drinking, no smoking, and now if you look at his eyes, man, you just look every time. Like most of the time, you see Michael Jordan, he's either smoking a cigar or he is you know, or he has like some type of cocktail or some type of drink. I don't know if they or shot. I don't know what they call it. I don't drink, but that lifestyle, man, that life got to be stressful. And sometimes cigar, like I ask people who smoke, like why you smoke, like what does smoking do for you? And they just said that like it relaxes them. And same thing with drinking. Like drinking just allows, it takes the edge off, for people. So I don't drink either, but I gotta imagine that like all the pressure and all that stress that comes with being Michael Jordan, and like I said, all these people pulling you in so many different ways, you would need like something to take the stress off you or take the edge off. Even when you look at like people in show business, who develop people in show business who develop like different habits and stuff like that, right? Um, or people in show business who have OD'd and stuff like that. I can understand why, man. Not that I think it's cool to start. turn to drugs or alcohol and stuff like that. But it just seems like there's a lot of pressure, and pressure that as fans and people who are spectating, like we don't understand that because we're not in those shoes. They don't even care. But yeah, people who are in those shoes, man, who just don't understand that it's got to be crazy. It's a crazy situation. Um, I always used to say that, like I played basketball. I played high school basketball, and I went to college, but I didn't play basketball while I was in school, right? But then I had friends who also went to school and they played basketball. And here we are in our 50s, and these guys still play basketball. They play hard, like they never give up on their dreams, right? And they have all types of hip issues and knee issues. And I decided a long time ago, man, like once I finished, I probably was like in my 30s or something, early 30s or something. When I said I can't continue to get and join these leagues. You got the over 30 league, 45 and up league, and the 50-year-old guys got a league. And these guys playing in all those leagues, it's just, to me, it just wasn't worth it to put that wear and tear on your body. Then I seen older guys who had hip replacements, knee surgeries, shoulder surgeries, and stuff like that. And I didn't want to go through all that. I just didn't. I like to exercise and take care of myself, but I don't. To me, it wasn't worth it. Now, had I played professional basketball or something like that, I'm sure I would have, because I love basketball, right? I'm sure I would have um, put my all into it. But to be crippled and have be a drinker at the end of it, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I would like to say though, I don't think that Michael Jordan would probably change anything, right? Like if somebody had told him, like, look, Mike, you're gonna be a heavy drinker, you're gonna have a gambling problem, or not not a gambling problem, but you're gonna be a heavy gambler and a heavy drinker at the end of all this, he probably wouldn't change enough. He'd probably do the same things do it the same way. But that's, I don't know. For me, it's just not for me. Um, and like I said, just looking at Mike, like I said, you look at this picture and you look at uh smoking and drinking really ages you, right? It just makes you, it dries your skin out, and it takes like some of that this, I don't know, elasticness away from your skin, and it just makes you look older and tired, right? And I know Mike is 60. I'm a couple years younger than Mike. Mike's 60. I'm in my late 50s, and I don't know, man. Just imagine if I smoked and I drank and my eyes was like, my eyes are red like that, and skin looks like his look, man. I just wouldn't. And that's just on the outside, and who knows the damage that we do to ourselves inside, the inside, because we can't see what's going on, until we have a stroke or something, or somebody tell us, that we have some type of lung condition. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. When people say be like Mike, you gotta know, like, and then when we say be like Mike, we thinking about the money, the fame, and the glory. But that's not what life is all about. It's not all about, like, people. If you feel like, and I used to feel like, oh man, I never did get to play college basketball, and you can't feel like you're not as good or you're not as successful. You just got to find something else to do, man, and enjoy life. What, true? How much, like, the percentage of people that get to play in the NBA is less than 1%. So you telling me that the rest of the world, everybody else who like basketball or don't have the opportunity to play basketball, like they don't really, their life is not, as meaningful as Michael Jordan. I don't believe that. You know, so yeah, man. I mean, I still enjoy watching great athletes play basketball, and I like watching, running backs and wide receiver, people catching the ball, but I never want to. Now that I never want to be a trade places with some like a wide receiver, somebody that's going across the middle, and somebody that's going to get laid out for a living. I don't want to. I'm glad I didn't do that. Just wasn't worth it. And if you think about it, look at the guys. Like if you take a owner, somebody who owns an NBA team or somebody who owns a football team, they wouldn't. You couldn't pay them to trade places with the guys that they pay. So look at it like that. Like if Jerry Jones, he might admire Michael Irvin, he might admire Troy Aikman, but he wouldn't want to trade places with them. He wouldn't want to be Emmett Smith. We looking at it from he rather feel like I can make money other ways, but not like this. They admire those guys. I know he admire all those athletes, man. But I bet you $3 he would not trade places with Michael Irvin, Emmett Smith, or Troy Aikman. I bet you he wouldn't. So that's my take on it, though. I do enjoy watching, listening to Mike talk about basketball and telling people how the game should be played. I believe that if whatever you do, there's risk in everything you do, right? Every job you have, there's risk. So but whatever you do, man, I do think that you should put your all into it, and so with that being said, though, man, y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I'll check you all out in the next episode or the next video.